Hi everybody, welcome to Dave's Garage 249. Glad to see you and hope you enjoy watching the video. I want to put some context to this video because I'm able to now use the movie maker, and so I can take clips as I do things, and then I have to kind of figure out a way to string it together into a video. So I'm still working with it, but it's a big improvement over what I was doing before. And I want to tell you that here's some context of what the video is about. Some time ago, I went to a swap meet in Indianapolis, and I picked up a set of wheelie bars that were under a guy's table, and he literally gave them to me, but I paid him some money for them. And I decided I could probably repair them and adapt them to my car, and so then that drove me to go ahead and buy a mini lathe because I needed to manufacture some parts. I did that, and in the previous videos, if you go back, you'll see some of those things being done. And then the car, it actually adapted quite well. The wheelie bars lined up with the mounting brackets on the ladder bars, so I was really happy about that. So this video is a little bit different because I'm just showing the different steps that I did, and hope you enjoy watching. Please like and subscribe. It gives me some little leverage with the president and CEO to do other things and maybe spend a little bit more money. I'd like to do some other projects. I do have more projects that I'm doing with this car, so we're going to follow along. I've got something already on the workbench that I'm going to this for the next video. So anyways, please enjoy the video and like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye. Alright, so here's how I'm installing the upper bars of the wheelie bars. Does this make sense now? And then here's the other bracket that we welded up the other day. So one on each side, and then the next thing we're going to do is locate where the bottom mounts are going to go on these boxed in ladder bar mounts, which are pretty rugged. So that's what we're going to do next, is roll that bottom half in and see where it lines up. So here's what a mock-up is showing me, that we're going to weld. That's the lower tab. They line up perfectly with the ladder bar mounts. The upper mount goes there, and we'll have one on the other side, and then this upper bar is not cut to length, and it's sitting on top, and you can see there's the rod end. So next thing will be to retract everything to its smallest point, and then that's when I'll set this length of this upper tube, and it's going to drop down more, so there'll be more clearance, but also I can notch this gas tank shield if I need to. So that looks like it's going to work out good, and it will look like it belonged on the car to start with, I think. So this is what we're going to do. Is next step is get this out of here and weld those tabs on, so I can permanently get this thing mounted up, and then take it all back apart and take it to a powder coater. Okay, so I'm not sure how clear this is all going to show up, but I've got the brackets tacked into the lower positions. The lower bar frame is actually hanging on its own, and then the uppers are on tabs, and now all that remains is to set the length of the top bars. So it's kind of an oddball position to be in. I didn't really have to take the tires off to do it, but this gets everything tacked in place, And this way we can check and make sure that everything's working out, which it looks like it's going to. So the next step is to put the wheelie bars at what ride height's going to be on the street, and then cut the length of the top rods, weld the bungs in, the threaded ends in, tack them in, and then I can take everything to somebody that can do a proper welding job. So now we can see about how things are going to work out, and there's actually quite a bit of clearance here between the tank. Those wheelie bars could go up. You got to bear in mind that we're not setting all the way down into where this is going to be, so I can set the length of these bars, cut them, and then put this threaded end in, tack it, and then put it together. And it should have some adjustment up and down, because what I've done is I've only used about half of my threads on these, so to kind of set the length up. So on both ends, and this end is threaded, so that way all I have to do is wrench from one end. It's a right hand thread at the other end, left hand thread on this end. So it will adjust up and down as I need it, and it looks like I got plenty of street clearance. You want them kind of high on the street, because you know, the hazard of having wheelie bars when you drive on the street is mostly when you park at a car show. When you back up to a curb, you got to be mindful of that. You've got those wheels sticking out. But if they're up a good 6, 8, 10 inches up, they'll go up over the curb and you'll hear it. So anyways, that's how this is going to go together, and I'm going to finish this up and then get some welding done. So that's pretty much all I need to show you on the project. I'll probably show you after I get these cut and fit how it all looks. Also, one other thing, fairly accurate measuring. These wheelie bars look pretty well centered up when you look down from the top, and so should be able to adjust them quite a bit to get them at the track. You would test and see which one hits harder, or do some measuring, and then you can adjust for squareness back and forth with the threaded rod end, and you can adjust so one side, if it wants to hit harder than the other, you can make adjustments. So not only will this wheelie bar setup look cool and have the Pro Street look, but it'll also be fully functional if need be. Alright, so with all the crap out of the way, everything's tacked in place, the links have been set, and here's the finished product. So we just need to do some final welding and take this stuff all apart after it's welded and take it to a powder coater. So the only thing I can see is that there's a little bit of a clearance issue there, maybe, but I can notch that cover. That covers the fuel tank, which if you notch that, then you gain about 1 inch of clearance. But that rear axle, if anything, it's supposed to extend, not retract. But driving down the road, I don't know, we'll see. I think it's going to be just fine. I could always lower the bars a little bit. I got them set at about 9 inches, which is probably pretty good for driving on the street. And you'll see here what I've done is I'm using spring pins everywhere, and that way 4 pins and I can drop the wheelie bars. And it's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be to put these in place. So let's zoom in on that a little bit. That's just tacked on a couple corners. So right now I think if you went down the road that would So how cool looking is that going to be? Centered up pretty well in the chassis. Looks pretty good. I'm real happy with the way everything's gone on this. I think it's winter, so it's too bad that it's we're having like a rain and snow and sleet and ice event right now. It's too bad that I can't get outside to show you what it looks like from the outside, but I think all in all it's I'll have to add up how much money I got into this thing, but remember I paid about, I think, $25 for the actual bar set. Of course, these bars here didn't get used. They were in terrible shape, and they were way bigger. They were 1 1/8 inch, probably with a 100,000ths wall or something like that. So new bars, new upper bars look a lot better. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good project. We'll call it kind of done, and when I get back from powder coaters and maybe later on another video with this car, we're going to move on to other things though. We still want to do the carburetor, and then the other thing is I'm going to do some graphics on this car, and what I got in mind is an SS stripe, but I'm going to have it done. I want the carbon fiber look, and I want to do the roof, the trunk lid, and the hood. Do SS stripe carbon fiber, and then maybe a red pinstripe around it. So got to find somebody that is pretty good with wraps to put this thing on, because it's got to look perfect. So that's all for this video on this part of the car. Thanks for watching, and I hope you would like and subscribe. Got some more projects coming up, and we're looking at some other things to do, and maybe we'll slip a model kit in there for you guys that like watching model building going on. So with that, I'll say have a great weekend or week or whatever we're on when you see this video. So thanks for watching. Okay, so the do-it-yourself price for converting the wheelie bars that I picked up at a swap meet for like 25 bucks is, we got one invoice for $35.75 from S&W Performance Group, and then we have a second one for the chrome moly and the rod ends, $198 shipped. And then I ordered some bolts from bolt supplier, and I do not see a price on here, but I think it was like $24. And then I ordered from McMaster Car 2 rod ends, clevis rod ends, and then there's the miscellaneous clevis pins, so probably about $25 all totaled. So let's add that up. 198, that's 35.25, so there, right there, you're about 240. So I'm gonna guess about 50 more dollars in other stuff, so about $300 to build those wheelie bars plus the original cost, so about $325. And I think if we looked at pricing from S&W Race Cars and Motion Raceworks and the various places, McCamus, I think that the totals would have been much more like $700 and some for the kits, anywhere from $365 to $700 depending on the kit you buy. Tubular ones are more expensive. And then, oh, and I forgot to add the $60 for the casters, the wheelies, so that changes the total to $60 more. So roughly $400 involved in parts. So if you pay $350 and pay somebody to do the welding and fabricating, you're going to be well over $1,000. And if you buy a $650 set, then once again $1,500. So I probably saved $500 or $600 on this do-it-yourself project. So that's what I have to say about that. And then I'm going to open up the garage door real quick, and we'll take a look at the back end of the car. So here's the money shot here, boys and girls. This wheelie bar setup. I like it. I like it a lot. It really turned out nice. That looks awesome. So that's a project well worth doing, and I'm going to pull it all apart, get the welding done, get it to powder coaters, so this summer we can show that off. Look pretty nice. The next thing is I'm keeping my eyes out for a parachute, used chute. Really the weight of the car, if you're 150 mile an hour, you really need two, but we're going to just go with one because that's, I don't know if we'll take this to the track much. Maybe just a few test passes or something just to see about where we're at, but she's a heavy car, street car. So anyways, that's all I got for now. Thank you for watching.